So it's going to bring socialize the students or knowing them. They know the discipline, they know the urgency, they know the efficiency as soon as they walk into your classroom. So the first part, door to do now, comprises how students get from door to their do now assignments that earlier we talked about it. And we get some exemplars from different colleagues from here. And also uh, we have mentioned earlier in there. So it's about making a habit automatically. They know what to do, how efficient they are, how productive they are. And students will take their how they're gonna sit, where do they like assign seats and all those things. So it might look like this. As soon as so let's do some kind of a imaginary example or some example. So as soon as students get into the classroom from your threshold, they're going to pick up their packet from the table and turn their homework into designated boxes or whatever shelf you have, homework box, whatever it is, and sit in their assigned seats. Students should know where to sit, and also what to do after they sit down, right? So that's the first part. And the second part of a strong start is do now section, which is technique 20 in the class, I mean in the TLAC 2.0, chapter 5. So that will explaining students what to do, how to get ready to that classroom. So it's a short warm-up activity. It can be one or two questions, or remember we did welcoming activity. It's a little one, but I mean, but do now is related to a subject matter you're going to teach. It's a very short, small one or two questions. They warm up for the classroom, so the students can complete without instruction or direction from you start class everybody. So it could be written on the board, it could be projected on the board, or a printed out packet, like the first page could be the one that instructions. It should take like 3 to 5 minutes. It's not that long when we talk about this do now. And once the students complete this, what do they do now? So we're going to discuss that. So the last component was reviewing now, right? Once they finish that 3 to 5 minutes spending time on the do now. So someone needs to be muted. Thank you. So reviewing do now answers which students will wrap up moving into a main lesson that you're going to teach. So now in the next video, we'll start with threshold and continue with strong start. Please pay attention to each component of strong start in this video, and let's watch it together.
Good morning, Gerald.
Can you hear the sound?
Yes, sir.
Perfect.
And
Thank you.
Steve, good morning, Alexis. Good morning, Tia. Good morning, Alexis. Good morning, Cisco. Good morning, Bishop. All right, Union, here we go. 4 minutes for you do now. Time starts now. Nadia, let's fix your desk. You pull yours back a little bit. You pull yours forward a little bit. Thanks, Nate. Yes. There you go. So I'm going to tell you what you need to know for this do now. You ready? Complementary angles. That means the sum of the two angles is 90 degrees. So you can write 90 degrees next to complementary. Okay, so you're looking for the one that adds to 90 degrees. Supplementary angles, they form something, if you put them together, called a straight angle. So do you think you know how many degrees that would be? So you're looking for that there, okay? And then number 3, back to complementary. See if you can figure those two out. Nice start, Union. Halfway there. Hey, fix the rest of your heading. Otherwise, how will I know it's you? How do I know it's not somebody else? Speed demon to the max. All right. Gotta get that every time. Then you should ask me. Calculate angle measures given a diagram. All right, Tiana, we'll get you in just a second. Here we go, Union, pencils down. Be there in 3, 2. Nice start. Don't be late. 1. Good morning, Union.
Good morning, Miss Bellucci.
I like that voice. Make sure your eyes are with me. Let's rock, paper, scissors, number 1 together on 2. 1, 2. Hold them up nice and high in the sky, elbows off your desks. C is correct. How do you know that those are complementary angles?
All right, if you could please drop in the chat one takeaway from this video. What was helpful for you, or what was one of the impressive technique, or one thing that you really like about this lesson from so this was an example of a strong start. Please drop that in the chat. What was the one thing that all right, thank you so much. Do now is time. Do now before official greeting, timer, the use of a time, routines are very clear and well practiced. Recognize how the class responded to the attention getter callback, time and timer, timing, academic monitoring, establish routine. There's a system in the class, students know what they are going to do next and follow teacher routines very well. Students completely what is that? Organized. Students completed it silently and independently. Eyes on me tracking the speaker. Organized. She has established transitions which made the classroom flow smooth and sailing. Very clear routines. Yes, students know what to do. You guys are rocking. This is great. She's a mobile teacher. Yes, she had to be walking through. Otherwise, yeah, that's a great point. No wandering, chatting, or delays. Minimal disruption. Yes, least invasive. It was very nice. Did you hear the praise? You remember? Good job. You know this. Those things are little things, but that's very important that you acknowledge those kids when they do those things. And remember when the teacher was switching the sharpened pencil, think about if you don't have this extra sharpened pencil and let the kids doing this loud sharpening in the classroom or not having this, right? So have a bunch of sharpened pencils before you start your lesson. Get ready with that because kids gonna use all the excuses and loopholes not to do anything in your classroom. So you don't want to give them a chance. All right, door to do now, greetings, do now, answering a warm up question and form in a 4 minutes review now, checking teacher in every student. Short, focused activity. Thank you so much. You guys are great. All right, so now we're going to move on to another technique is number 47, star slant, and you have seen a little bit of it in earlier video. So the strategy is focusing on teaching students key baseline behaviors for learning, such as sitting up in class and tracking the speaker by using a acronym so they can remember easily, for example, STAR or SLANT. STAR stands for action statements. Sit up tall. That's the STAR. Sit up tall, track the speaker, ask and answer questions. So entire STAR is so they need to sit up just like that, track the speaker, track the teacher, and ask or answer the question, whatever it is. It depends the lesson and respect to the students around you. STAR is standing for that. And to maximize students' ability to pay attention, teachers use sticky acronyms to teach students so they easily remember. So the key baseline behaviors for students learning, such as STAR, it's going to make a lot of easy transitioning. For example, another one is we talked about SLAM earlier. So SLAM stands for sit up, listen, ask or answer questions, depends on what the situation is, nod your head and track the speaker. So whichever works for you, you can use that. After teaching students how to star or slant, all you have to do is use the acronym that you came through, right? You don't have to tell everything, sit up or this and that. You don't have to spend so much time. If you teach your students what the star is, what the slant is, whichever your preference, it's going to make a lot easier your classroom routines and procedures. Remember, like this, these acronyms packed with all those instructions, what kids need to do. So in the next video, I'm going to have you watch, and you will see usage of star, slant, and track phrases for maximizing students' attention with minimum interruption. All right, so let's, even before I start the video, I like this poster. You can post this in your classroom so kids can see that in case, you know, that if this is the first time, you can print these posters, you can put it on the wall or something like that. So that's going to be useful for you. All right, let's watch this video. Again, watch these and take some notes. What are those takeaways from this? I'm going to ask you what your takeaways are.
But guess what, folks? Tracking back up here. That is not, that is not a beat. That is just the flower. Go ahead and take another look at it. Why are they doing this? Why are they trying to mimic ants? Need a couple slants? Thank you so much for fixing that. Why are they doing this? Nicholas?
Scale counting by right now? What is that scale counting by right now? What is that scale counting by? What is it counting by? Ooh, look at that track. I didn't even have to say it. It's counting by 2.
We have about 2 more minutes. Damari, make sure you have an excellent working slant. Thank you, sir.
Raina, why did you classify that as a polynomial? Right, pause. Raina said something really, really good, but no one was looking at her. We're gonna try that again and we're gonna track Raina. Thank you for the tracking.
I decided that the first one was polynomial because one of the variables is being q.
Where's my slant? Jordan, I see you trying to pull it together, sir. All right, turn your page.
All right, let's drop them in the chat. What is one or more takeaways you have? Or what is one thing that you would use in your classroom? Less invasive, tracking speaker, reminding expectations. Yes, those are great points. You have to remind it every time. Tracking the speaker, tracking. Perfect. Okay. Before the activity, I'm going to read these comments. Tracking using acronyms, reminders to track. Yes. Yes. Students know the procedures, how to listen, respect to their classrooms. Positive reinforcement. Yes. Teacher should be consistent on his or her classroom routine to make it effective. Yes. Start time. Say thanks for tracking. Yes. Remember acknowledging, praising, positive reinforcement. Those are great points. Minimal disruption. Absolutely. Teachers' presence, focus on authority with full knowledge is very important. Absolutely. Yes. Promote student engagement. All right. So let's check for the understanding. Let's try to match the visible procedures like you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember what techniques these are. So the question is we're gonna find what these are. For example, what is the one? Can you drop that in the chat? What do you think? What is that? What technique is the number one? All right. Greeting, welcoming, greeting. Yeah, the threshold, that's the technique. I mean, procedure, threshold. We're looking for threshold. Remember, we call it threshold, welcoming activity, greeting. That's falls under threshold. Yes. Great job. All right, how about, oh, I was about to ask you the two, but so two is a strong start, door to do now, right? How about three? Let's drop the three. Number three. That student is picking up a paper. What is that? What technique is that? Remember, we learned threshold, strong start, right? Do now, slant, star, and all those things. And what technique is that falls under the students picking up a paper? Remember, strong start has three components. Okay. So this little girl is picking up a paper. What is that? What technique falls under? We got a threshold, right? And strong to door now. And picking up the paper is also door to the now. Okay. So let's do now is number 4. Or how about the 5? They hang their jackets out there. What is that? What technique is that? Let's drop in the chat. Revive now. What technique is the number 5? Yeah, it's all strong start. So thank you guys. I know it's tricky to looking at this image, but yeah, this is a strong start. Yes. Door to now, door to now, because remember they're still on walking and movements, picking up paper, hanging, everything. So they got the threshold from the door to do now. So that's all this entire process. They're walking around, they're getting to their sits. All right. All right, so procedures to routine. Remember, it should be automatic, right? So WizQuiz here, another strategy that emphasizes practice makes permanent concept consistent, right? And we're going to discuss strategy for number 49. And that's procedure to routine, so kids know what to do exactly when they come to the classroom. So the turning procedures into routines by rehearsing as much as like before we end up our part one, that was very important. Like question asked about how long would it take, like for example, kindergarten, how long would I take this? Again, age appropriate delivery or training rehearsal should be done. Maybe kindergarten will learn 1 month, 2 months. You never know. But third grade and up, usually they're pretty good grasping and doing this. For example, doing a paper passing several times is fine. Just give them a blank paper, asking them pass the paper, watch them how they do it. If they don't do it, you just point what they make a mistake and then just ask them, collect it and do it again. Just rehearsing will make it uh, and of course with your reinforcement, it's gonna do pretty much this automatic that students would do it automatically. Like it's gonna be their habits. It's gonna be habitual. It's gonna be everyday thing. They know what to do exactly. What while we were watching earlier videos, remember that they're gonna be exactly same thing. What you if you do that. So you have to have a clear expectation, consistency, and the patience, right? You have to have a patience, and we're teachers. We are very skilled with that. So we're gonna watch another movie, another short video, and it's gonna model. It's gonna show us tight transitions in teaching his students how to pass out papers, like I was talking to earlier. So let's watch this, and I want you to drop one takeaway or two takeaways from this video. Let's watch it.
But one thing I do want to work on is how to pass out papers, okay? I'm going to pass papers on the row, and they're going to come over. The only person who needs to get out of their seat is my friend James, because James is a big space between James and Bruce. So let me show you what I will do. I will hand out, there's 4 people here. So I'm going to put 4 pieces of paper here. Denzel will take one, and he'll hand the other stack to James. James will put one down, and James will quietly go to Bruce. Bruce will take one, and he'll quietly give it to his friend, Mr. Sanford. It's an excellent job. It's exactly how it happened. 12 seconds. Back in 10. "11 seconds. Back out in 10.
See, they're practicing, rehearsing, so it becomes a habit. They know what to do.
Pretty good. All right. So one thing we're also going to do in this class, we have.
All right, drop that in the chat. What is one takeaway you got from this video? Clear instruction. Teacher gives a clear instruction. Modeling. Yes, modeling. Modeling, organized. He was practicing, right? Again and again, practicing. Do you have a question, Ms. Memenkulova? No? I see
Yes,
your
I have
hands
a
up.
question. Yes, can I ask?
Yes.
So I have a question here. So for example, we are teaching them how to do these things. So for example, the passing paper. So in the front, student, I gave for example, I give 4 papers and to pass other papers to friends. But if the student doesn't want to do this, so what is there any this kind of situation? So what can we do?
Yeah, no, I mean, first days they would do it, whatever you say, no worries. But you can call your administrators when there's something, or you can talk, you can talk to those kids, like why they don't want to pass this paper. It's just a matter of having this good relationship. If any student doesn't want to do it, you can just set them aside, and then you can just talk to them a little bit, like what's wrong with you, or what can I help? What can I do for you? Just simple talk would make that easy, but uh, I I can't imagine any student. I don't think you're gonna have this type of issues.
Thank you.
Yes, you're gonna be fine. These kids are great, But if you don't do these things at the beginning, you're gonna have a difficult year because they don't know what to do, how to do. They know you don't have routine systems in the classroom. It's gonna be chaos. So it's good to having a plan in place. Greeting, welcoming, greeting, threshold. Okay, so I'm sorry. I think I am reading wrong. Promotes responsibility, teamwork, excited activity for students while learning, encouraging words like well done, good job. Yes. Practice promotes responsibility and teamwork, rehearsing. Absolutely. You guys are doing great. Thank you so much. Again, any disciplinary issues, it's going beyond you and it's not helping you. I'm sorry. Uh, there's a crew here. Uh, you want to? So they're fixing my AC, hopefully. All right. All right. So let's move on. Thank you so much for everyone joining the activity.
But one thing I do want to work on is how to pass out papers.
We talked about this posting posters, right? It's great to have it. This look at these rules, like rules created by Broom 909. Remember, student voice. I mean, youth voice, student voice is important. When you put these rules in place, you want to have this students' input, so they're acknowledged, valued, they're part of this process. So it's very important. I highly recommend you having these posters posted in your classrooms. And if you paid attention in the classroom, they do have this posters because we all want to, we're human beings, we forgot it or we forget it, what to do or what was that. So it's always great to have. All right, let's move on to the next 3 TLAC strategies associated with setting behavioral expectations in the classroom. So hopefully this is going to probably help you a little bit. But anything beyond your control, once there's a misbehaving student, probably I'm stepping or ahead of me, keep your Dean of Student Cultures number and ask them, or when you go back to your campus, or if you are in your campus, ask them what to expect. They're going to have teacher trainings on expectations and student code of conduct and everything. They're going to train you on how to deal with these difficult situations. Okay. So let's go back to our TLAC strategies on behavior expectations in the classroom. So the more familiar you are with wide variety of TLAC strategies, like while you're learning this, and you're going to have more upcoming, we're going to have effective classroom management, and you're going to have better tools and better start. Trust the process and continue practicing yourself. Maybe you are teaching 10 years, okay? but this is a new technique that Harmony wants you to do it. It may be a new for you. It may be something different than what you have been doing in the past 10 years. But if you practice this process, again, your demographics are different. So since this is called international teacher groups, I'm assuming this is your second year or first time you're going to teach in the United States. Cultures different, students are different. That's why we're training you specifically. So these TLAC strategies are proven. That's why Harmony is using and teaching you how to use these things. And these may be, sometimes I hear like, oh, these are silly techniques. Yes, it sounds like silly, but it's very, very important in order to have you nice instructional environment. So these techniques are categorized under 100% technique that you look to see, you want to know, or you want to have all these 100% of students involved into your classroom teaching, paying attention. So great teachers ensure that 100% of students are learning, right? They're engaging, they're participating in your classroom. And 100% that's the whole technique of this TLAC, and it has radar. Be seen looking is about preventing non-productive. Remember, they were walking around. You were saying like a mobile teacher, and also there are different techniques to look through that classroom, and we're going to look for that. So while you're watching the next video, I'm going to have a few more videos about these techniques. Please consider the following questions, like where does the teacher stand and why? Is there a teacher like scanning the room after each direction? If so, why? Okay. All right.
Wait for the signal. Get your homework ready to rip on two. There's a power in that crisp sound of a rip. One, two, put it away. That'll happen. Whoop, not right now. I'm listening for silence during this. All I should hear is papers rustling into your folders. Anthony, place it inside your folder. Clear off your desk of everything. We're gonna get started with book club. That means the only thing that should be on your desk after this are your hands folded. Wait for my signal to pass the books down.
All right, so that was the part one. Drop in the chat. The question was, remember, where does the teacher stand? Why is the teacher scanning the room after each direction, and why? Okay, that's a good point. They should be walking around. Yes, Miss Karagozolu, in the corner. That's what I was looking for. Standing at the one corner, you will have a better view of your classroom. Like standing in the middle center would give you, yes, some idea, but standing at the corner, it's gonna give you a better view and you're gonna see 100% of your students. Absolutely, ensuring everyone follows the directions. Right, a vantage point to see all students, ensure they're 100% following. Perfect, thank you. In the corner, making sure everyone can follow and they're doing the right thing. Perfect. All right, so let's take a look at the swivel. Look at this, the picture that you can see, slant, show me slant, remember? Sometimes they call passer's perch. So the first step to prevent non-productive behavior is to see when it happens. Remember, like you're actively looking at your students, and this is called radar. Just like you're like a radar, you're just like scanning the classroom, right? And also there's a scanning across the entire classroom is called swivel. So you're just standing at the radar, and also you're swiveling. You're just checking your classroom and giving them instructions and or making sure everyone is participating. So looking consistently and intentionally is the first step of seeing that defense against blind spots. So you're not going to have any students left on the side or in the back. So be seen looking is about ensuring that students you're looking for and you see them. All right, let's see a short video and try to identify radar, be seen looking techniques in this video. Remember the concepts radar, swiveling, passer's perch, be seen. And let's watch this videos. And also, I think this is going to be wrapping up our presentation, but
Yes.
please put in the chat your takeaways.
First row there was green. Nice job. Track me, not your paper. We are going to read alliteration out. On the first read, we're just reading to enjoy it because it's pretty silly. On the second read, that's when we will get to hunt for our alliteration. Hunt for our alliteration. Say alliteration. Alliteration. Nice. Check your paper.
How sharp, and she's just like standing at that corner looking at swiveling radar, and at the same time all these techniques executed very well. So drop that chat, drop your thoughts in the chat, and thank you so much. I apologize for the confusion 10 o'clock, but at least this gave me a lot of time. But I highly recommend you follow through the rest of the slides yourself and look through those techniques and get notes, and then use the PDF file I shared with you, how to put together systems and routines in your classroom. I hope these techniques will help you to start a successful class. Thank you so much, everyone, for your time this morning. I appreciate that. Was a whole lot, 2 hours. I really liked it. So next year, probably I'll get prepared better.
Wow, time is very fast. So thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Okay. Okay, we will take a break, and after that, 11 a.m. we will be here.